Hello everybody and welcome to the final countdown, as it was. The final race of the season is approaching. Our first season in the European Racing Series is coming to an end. We haven't done bad. I stand here feeling pretty good about how the season's gone so far. I've achieved a lot. I've managed to build the team. I've managed to improve the car, the staff, the drivers, and give myself a real good base to build on from now in Season 2. I've managed to narrow the gap to a lot of my rivals in the same tier, a lot of the other teams. So, it's been a good season. I've had to be aggressive with my spending and my development, sure. And that might affect me next season as I don't carry quite so much money into Season 2. But the good thing is, the road will be, the playing field will be a lot more even. And again, maybe next year I don't rely on the car quite so much because my drivers are definitely two of the best in the division. But we'll see. The main thing is to go into this last race, get a good result, secure our finish. You know, we're going to be, I assume, mid-table come the last race. We're going to finish mid-table, which is better than we anticipated, better than we predicted. So, we should make a decent chunk of prize money. Our chairman should be very delighted. My job should be more than secure, you know. Definitely should be in a position... Oh, hello. Wow, good driver. Very good driver, but not a pay driver. If she was a pay driver, or if he was a pay driver, I would have been tempted to have signed him. But, do we want 3 dry weather tyre compounds next season races? I'm not really that bothered, because you're pretty much only going to run the softest compound, because it's the fastest. Because again, whilst you're fuel limited, you can't really, you know, there's no point going for a hard tyre, because you're never going to be able to do a long enough stint to benefit from it, because you're going to run out of fuel. So might as well stay as we are and just keep running a soft and medium compound, because again, you don't really use the medium compound that much. Although maybe next season it'll be something to experiment with, because obviously if I improve my car in the off season and I get really good fuel efficiency going next season, then, you know. Oh, how come we've got an engine cooling system issue before the last race? That's bad timing, because that spent 500 grand I didn't really want to spend before the last race of the season. It's a bit of a shame. How are we doing on all our parts? We're pretty much okay. We are pretty much okay. Going to improve the performance, really. That's going to be the big thing. We need to carry over. We need to really improve those engines and brakes and stuff, so we carry over decent parts for next season. So we head back to the Black Sea in Russia, where we started our season. So it seems like a long time ago, over, you know, 13 videos ago, we started our season. He's a pay driver, but unfortunately he's quite rubbish. Okay, that's a shame. It's too much to expect and hope that you would find really good drivers with good stats who are pay drivers. Usually pay drivers are for a reason. They're that bad no one would ever sign them on merit, so they buy their way into teams to get races, much like in real life. I guess I lucked out with Lara. Lara's probably the exception to the rule, where she is a good driver and she's paying. Gomez's contract is the only one running down, and I think I'm potentially going to let that expire, actually. And I don't think I'm actually going to replace him, because what I believe is if he leaves the team, we'll just get some bog standard Johnny come lately to fill the role gap, and they will only cost me a grand a race, which is the least amount of money you can spend on a driver. And they're on a rolling contract, 1 month at a time. So I could save a lot of money, a couple of $100 grand a race, by just not bothering with a reserve driver. Oh, I wonder, his stats are bad because he's got a fever, temporary trait that's affecting his stats. Otherwise, he's actually pretty good. He's actually a pretty decent driver, and again, maybe I could get him. Well, if he was interested in joining my team, I could have signed him, but he's not interested in racing in the European Racing Series. You know, and we've done well as well. First season, we've got our, you know, we've got our HQ. We're getting our HQ up to snuff. We're building our telemetry centre, which should hopefully keep our designer happy. I just really need to hit the performance boosts on those engines. I need them to max out at 202, ready for next season. We're probably not going to get there. Unfortunately, I probably built those engines too late in the season. We're probably going to struggle because the season is going to end. Might not. I might not. I might only carry one of them over at this rate. Oh well, we'll go again for our 9th or above. I know we've hit the podium the last couple of races, but again, we can't guarantee on that happening because we are still reliant quite heavily on the opposing teams getting demoted for rule breaks rather than actually beating them for pure outright pace. And I'm going to risk that part. I'm going to risk an engine. I'm going to take a gamble, last race of the season, on an illegal part for Harry Webb. Let's just chance it. Come on. Let's chance it. We can either go big or we can go home in this last race of the season. You know, I've secured me season objective, so I'm not going to lose anything because I'm not going to finish last. And there's no way to forfeit that the other teams can overhaul me, the teams that are below me. I've got too much of a points gap. I can't gain any significant ground because, again, the teams in front of me have got a points gap to me. So I'm kind of in limbo land. I'm not going to go up or down. My finish position is pretty much secured at this point. So I might as well just see what a bit of extra performance on the car in Harry's capable hands can deliver. And it looks like not a great deal, because he's gone backwards. Lara's moved up nicely. Harry keeps getting squeezed. He's got to go on, get past him. Stay out of the way of Chew, because Chew's one of those crash-happy Maldonado type drivers. Come on. I would just go down the inside of him, mate. Go on. Oh, he's letting him round the outside of him. You're braking too early, Harry. You're braking far too early. That's it. That's a boy. Now go. Yellow flag in sector 1. Someone's had a crash. Someone's had a contact. Someone's had a spin. Bouchon has had a spin. Come on, you can take 5th place here. You can overtake Arbiola. Come on. Come on. Now, down the inside. And don't brake. Come on, you broke far too early for that corner, Harry. And if you run a little wider on that cut exit, you can carry a bit more speed into the start and finish straight. No, he's not quite perfected the lines round here. He hasn't. His racing line's a little bit non-optimal, you would say. Like, if you're putting your nose in there, you've got to keep your foot in. And you've got to basically force the opposition driver to go wide. If you're going to steam around the outside of him, you can do that as well. But then you brake too early, man. Now let the car go out wide here. Make full use of the apex. Get on the power a lot earlier. And you're done. You're away. 4 laps, hopefully he's starting to learn. And adapt his racing line a little bit. In fact, he's got free air now, he's good. Soon be pit stop time. Soon be in the window. We've gone quite aggressive on this first stint with both tyres and fuel. We are going to pit Lara. I'm going to fill her up 11 laps. It's a 26 lap race, so she's going to come in, pit quite early. And then I'm going to try and stretch this stint out a little bit. In the next stint. Not going to push quite so hard. She's had a good stop. She's at the back of the field, but she's got clear air. And she's going to quickly close in on the back of the field. A few of those drivers will be pitting shortly in front of her, which will then give her the boost. She'll leapfrog them all again. Hopefully we can do a bit of an undercut here with Lara, if she's got the pace. Right, we're going to bring in Harry. Harry's coming in. Give him another full tank of fuel. Again, just going to change in his strategy slightly, make him a little bit easier on his second stint. Come on, yeah, another good stop. And he's going to get back out on track. In what position? He'll be about last. He's about last. Right, come on then, Lara. We need you to start getting past some of these cars now. That's it. There's one. Harry's going to follow through, and he's going to come through, take the place as well. Okay, the lead car has pitted. There's a couple more coming in. A few cars carrying on. Yeah, gained a few positions there from the stops. We could do with gaining a few more. I'm guessing then that there's a lot of guys out there running on the medium, so they might not stop for another lap or two yet. So that's retired. He's got a mechanical problem. That's handy because he was in front of us. So that's one place everybody's gained. Right, we're going to try and stretch this out now because we're not gaining the positions on the track fast enough. So we need to be in a position whereby we can run long now on this stint. We've been held up by the slower cars. We haven't got back up the field after our stop fast enough. Just a little bit disappointing really, given our promising pace when we are running flat out. I mean, there's still plenty of cars that haven't stopped yet, to be fair. There's still time. Oh, that was a bit closer than I would have liked. Don't crash into each other. Please. Please. I know you're racing, but let's not have any teammates crashing into each other. Oh, Webb. Nice move round the outside there. Okay, so we've gained a whole bunch of positions there because most of the front runners pitted. There's still 6 or so that haven't stopped yet in this race, which is a little bit concerning. I'm hoping they're in this lap. No, looks like they're carrying on. So again, none of the top 6 are pitting. Well, that's interesting. So they're going for another lap. Okay. They must be getting close though on fuel, mustn't they? They must be running very close to empty. Okay, the first two cars are in the pits. Third and fourth are in the pits. Fifth's in the pits. So the leaders are all stopping on this lap. Good. What about sixth? Is he coming in? Yeah. We could gain 6 positions here. Come on. We're up to third. Nice. Didn't quite catch the lead, 2 lead cars. That's a bit of a pity. Again, getting held up in our first couple of laps out of the pits probably stopped us from effectively performing the undercut there. But we've saved some fuel and we've saved some tyres, so we've got a bit of room now. We can push a little bit now. I'm hoping Valdez behind us isn't going to cause us too much trouble. He's got reliability issues on his car, so hopefully he's a non-factor. Because I would expect him to go backwards if he's got poor reliability. If he's got parts on his car failing, his performance won't be there. But I've had this debate all season whether or not the opposition drivers are affected in the same way as I get affected. How's our lap times? We are faster, 3/10 faster than the cars in front, so we are slowly beginning to catch them, the leaders. They're at the minute, they're half a second in front. Well, no, they're 6 seconds in front, sorry. I'm going to need to go a lot faster if I want to catch them. That is for sure. Get Lara to crank the engine up a bit and push. See if she can't muscle her way into fourth. There's 13 laps remaining after the stop. I can only put in about 11 laps of fuel, can't I? So she's going to have to come in again. She will have to come in again. But I'm going to fuel her up a little bit lighter this time. See if I can't get a little bit more aggressive. Going to try and get Webb on the same strategy, on the same page. Give him a short stint now where he can be very aggressive going forward. Come on. Come on. Oh, he comes out in 8th. That's not too bad, that's not too bad. Laura's probably lost out the most there, unfortunately for her. Coming out in 15th. Maybe, perhaps should have just had Harry do one more lap so we didn't stack the cars. I probably got that wrong. Probably should have had Harry just to space them out, separate, set them apart. Again, that's something next season I'm going to have to work on, because a couple of times this season I've stacked the cars and obviously one driver loses out quite a lot because of that. So definitely need to get alternate lap pit stops planned for next season. Not bring the cars in on the same lap right behind each other. I'm going to push the tyres because the tyres will probably have more life than fuel actually. I've probably got more tyre life than I've got fuel laps. So we can get a bit more aggressive with the driving style. Which will hopefully get us up the field into the positions we want to be in. Not that, like I say, I've got really any worries. You know, at the end of the day, as long as we finish 9th or above, we meet our sponsor's objective, we finish the season certainly better than we ever expected to do, and we can consider it all a good day at the office. I'm just going to fast forward it a bit now, because there's not going to be a lot happening on track until the next round of pit stops. Here we go, we've caught up with the cars in front. Or we're catching the cars in front. Harry's got a chance here. Harry's got a chance. They're on the slower medium tyre and they'll be in full-on conserve mode. They're going to pit. Some of them are going to pit this lap. That jumps me back up to third, and now I'm in first. So if I get my head down now and go hard, I could build up a bit of a gap. Parts are okay, we're not worried about the parts. We've got 6 laps left. I'm going to put in a little bit more fuel than that, of course, so I can crank the engine up, run flat out. Laura's going to run out of fuel. That's bad. That's bad. I didn't spot that. She is definitely going to run out of fuel before the end of this lap. So I'll probably cost myself there. Probably cost myself. But hopefully she should arrive when Harry's long gone. Hopefully she didn't lose too much ground there in that pit stop. Come on, we can do this. We could actually have a good race finish on track today and not have the stewards play too much of a role. We could get, I would like to get 3rd place on track. I could get 3rd place outright on track, I would be happy. going to be close though. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. Oh, he's not managed it. He's not managed it. He was close, but not quite. 4th and 8th. Final race of the season. I'm happy with that performance. I am very happy. We are, like you say, a top midfield team now. From where we started at the beginning of the season to put us in the midfield and towards the top end of the midfield, we've done very well. Round of applause for all my staff, drivers, sponsors who have enabled me to be so aggressive in my development this season, you know. It's fantastic. Are we going to get penalised? Are we going to... No, no. Oh, risk of rule break was medium, but we got away with that. Only one car got demoted, so we have got a podium. We've got a podium in the last race of the season. 3rd place. I'll tell you what, Harry's done very well. 4th place finish in the championship. I think we can all be very, very proud of ourselves for that one. That was fantastic. After our initial struggles at the start of the season, we have finished very, very strongly. If we can keep the momentum going now in the off-season and, you know, turn our attention now to developing next season's car, we should be in a good position next season to again be looking to finish high up the table. You know, we could probably set our expectations a lot higher next season and try and make a bit more money. I'm not guaranteeing a championship at this point, of course, but, you know, we're certainly on target. Season 3 is where I want to be contending for the title. Our drivers are improving all the time. Obviously we lost quite a bit of money again because of bonuses and stuff. That is one thing I may have to change when I renew my contracts, because as the team starts to perform better, I am offering a lot of money in bonuses that I wasn't expecting to achieve such things at the start of the season, so I figured I would never be paying out that money. So Firebird MRT won the Drivers' Championship and they won the Teams Championship, so they're going to get promoted to Tier 2, and we're going to have a new season's challenge ahead of us. So everybody, thank you for joining me on this first season's adventure. I'll be back with more videos soon as we move into Season 2. So for now, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again later.